So students, BSc Honors Part 1, Zoology. Next, general feature of the body plan is germ layers and the presence of its type and number. Animals are divided in different groups. Germ layers. So in the earlier section, in the last class, you have learned that in folding of blastoderm of the blastula forms a gastrula, okay, with two or more layers. The outer layer is ectoderm and inner layer is endoderm. आपने देखा था ना ब्लास्टुला में इनफोल्डिंग हुई थी. And it is double layered after the formation of this archenteron. These two layers are visible, and this is double layered. Blastocyst is reduced and archenteron occupied. The major portion of this blastocyst. Blastocyst को रिप्लेस कर दिया, धकेल दिया पीछे, रिप्लेस नहीं किया. Blastocyst is reduced now. This is blastocyst and this is archenteron. The cell, the layer outside is ectoderm, called ectoderm. जो ब्लू लाइन से बना रहे हैं, और जो रेड रह गया अकेला, दिस इज एंडोडर्म. ठीक. Outer layer is ectoderm and the endoderm lines the inner cup. Later in the development, a third layer called mesoderm develops between these two layers. Okay, आगे हम लोग पढ़ेंगे इसके बारे में. And these three embryonic layers, here only two is there, shown. Three embryonic layers from which various organs of the animals are developed are called germ layers. These are germ layers, endoderm and ectoderm. आपको पता ही होगा, कई बार डिस्कस कर चुके हैं कि animals of phyla Nidaria and Ctenophora are made up of only two germ layers, ectoderm, which forms the outer covering of the animal, and the endoderm, which is the inner layer and is also called gastroderm. In those animals, Ctenophora coelenterata, a non-cellular jelly-like substance mesogilia is present between ectoderm and endoderm. This mesogilia is acting like a cementing substance, cementing material present in them, present in mesogilia. That cementing action of mesogilia bind these two layers, ectoderm and endoderm. Okay. You should not confuse between mesogilia and mesoderm. और जिन एनिमल्स में, जैसे कि ये दो फाइला बताया आपको, निडेरिया एंड टिनोफोरा, दे आर कॉल्ड डिप्लोब्लास्टिक, जिसमें दो जर्म लेयर ही मौजूद हैं. टू जर्म लेयर्स आर प्रेजेंट, देन डिप्लोब्लास्टिक. Two germ layers. If a third germ layer comes, some of the cells of this outer layer of cells and some of the cells from the inner layer of cells, they form and they come together and form a new layer of intermediate layer of cells, and that is called as mesoderm. So when mesoderm is also present, the animal is called triploblastic. Three germ layer are present. Okay. तो रेस्ट ऑफ द एनिमल्स वो ट्रिप्लोब्लास्टिक है, इन दो फाइला को छोड़ के. कौन सा? सिलेंट्रेटा यानी निडेरिया एंड टिनोफोरा, इनको छोड़ के. दे आर डिप्लोब्लास्टिक, sorry, triploblastic. And these cells are, these animals, triploblastic, मतलब platyhelminthes, two mammals. Okay, triploblastic. And they are made up of three germ layers: ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. If you cut a section, say through a horse or a mammal, you cannot expect to see three layers. Why? Because these germ layers do not remain as such as the animal grows, and they differentiate and modify to give rise to different structures and organs in the body of that animal. In those animals, triploblastic animals, you expect to see separate mesoderm, separate ectoderm, and separate endoderm only during early embryogenesis, early developmental history, you can see. Later on, they all get mixed up, but the origin is different. For example, आपका ear जो है, internal ear is derived from which layer? Ectoderm. And the middle ear is derived from endoderm. एड्रेनल ग्लैंड में एड्रेनल कॉर्टेक्स, अच्छा अभी हम सबको लिस्ट कर देंगे वन बाय वन. ओके. तो इन जर्म लेयर्स के सेल्स का क्या फेट होता है? जर्म लेयर्स का फेट क्या है? इट्स फेट in Nidarians and Pterophorans, all the cells develop from ectoderm and endoderm. Similarly, all the tissues and organs in the rest of the animals develop from the three germ layers. Okay? और इन्फेंट में एम्ब्रायो टू इन्फेंट जो जर्नी है, एम्ब्रियो टू इन्फेंट, नवजात, ये तो हो गया मल्टी सेलुलर बॉडी, ये हो गया सिंगल सेल, not single cell, few cells. Blastomere is also embryo, called as embryo. Few cells and trillions of cells, infant. एक सेकेंड में आ रहा हूँ, वेट 2 minutes. Body structures are derived from three germ layers in infant. Platyhelminthes to mammals in animals में. अब हम लोग कौन से जर्म लेयर से किस तरह का बॉडी स्ट्रक्चर बनता है वो देख लेते हैं. पहले एक्टोडर्म. एक्टोडर्म मेजोडर्म and endoderm. Epidermis of the skin is derived from ectoderm. Epidermis of skin. Brain and spinal cord. Ectoderm. Cranial and spinal nerves, यानी central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Nervous system पूरा. Cranial and spinal nerves. Oral epithelium. Nasal and olfactory epithelium. Epithelium of anal canal. Lens, retina of the eye. epithelium of sweat, sebaceous, and mammary gland. Sweat, sebaceous, and mammary gland. Hairs, nails, फीडर्स, हुक्स, स्केल्स, ये सब एक्टोडर्म से ही डिराइव होते हैं. एड्रेनल मेडुला, पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड, एड्रेनल मेडुला. एंटीरियर एंड पोस्टीरियर पिट्यूटरी, सीधा लिखो पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड, पिट्यूटरी, ARY, पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड. Pigment cells, melanocytes, present in the skin, pigment cells. Inner ear, लेवायरिंथ कहते हैं इसको. एनामेल, टीथ एनामेल. cutaneous sense organs. All these structures are derived from ectoderm. Now mesoderm से कौन कौन सेल्स और स्ट्रक्चर्स डिराइव होते हैं? epithelial part of, number one, epithelial part of thyroid and thymus gland. पैराथायरॉइड का भी मिडिल ईयर, epithelial portion of liver and pancreas. Epithelial lining of the respiratory system. सब एंडोडर्म से डिराइव होते हैं. Epithelial lining of vagina, urinary bladder, epithelial lining of gut, except mouth and inner canal. Canal. Auditory tube and middle ear cavity. These structures are derived from endoderm. 1 minute. Endoderm से dermis of the skin is derived. Dermis of skin. Skeletal system, bones, muscles, adipose tissue, dentine portion of teeth, इधर लिखो टी डेंट टीथ, dentine, blood vascular system, blood vessels, blood, urinogenital system, यहाँ वेजाइना लिखे हैं, एंडोडर्म से डेराइव हुआ, इपिथेलियल लाइनिंग उसका सिर्फ। तो यूरिनोजेनाइटल सिस्टम का बहुत बड़ा हिस्सा मीजोडर्म से डेराइव हुआ है। तो यू शुड राइट ग्रेटर, ऊपर में लिख लेना ग्रेटर पार्ट ऑफ यूरिनोजेनाइटल सिस्टम, एड्रेनल कॉर्टेक्स, सिलोमिक इपिथेलियम, मेसेंटरी, outer layer of gut, lining of gonad, gonads. So these are different structures and cells which are derived from these three types of different layers in triploblastic animals. These are the derivatives of three germ layers. तो ये सब देखने के बाद आपको रियलाइज हो गया होगा जर्म लेयर का क्या सिग्निफिकेंस है, क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है. Okay, so now I'm ending this class. In the next class, we will see another important characteristic of animals, and that will be the cavities and coelom. Thank you.